Hello everybody, and this is Mong004. Welcome back to my channel. If you're going to like this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and so you can be informed the next time I upload another video. And today I just wanted to talk about what I'm liking and disliking about gaming at the moment. I mean, gaming's not too bad, it's getting a little bit better, but you know, as a person who plays on PC and with the whole goddamn graphics card situation, it is freaking crazy. I mean, my goodness. I'm running a 3070 on the PC that I'm doing this, editing this video on right now. But, you know, my whole plan was actually to get a 3080. And really, considering how bad the graphics card situation is, which from what I hear is actually getting a little bit better. So probably by, I don't know, either later on this year or early next year, I'll be able to get a graphics card. But it has been crazy on that level. But my 3070 is not doing too bad and stuff like that. I actually have two gaming PCs, one running a base 2060 and this one right here running a 3070. So I'm getting by. I'm getting by on my graphics cards that I have at the moment and stuff like that. But yes, through these two PCs that I've been actually uploading my videos to my channel. And I just started my channel back in April of this year, 2021. But I actually started PC gaming back in November of last year, 2020. So yes, I am fairly new to PC gaming. I was actually more of a console gamer for many years, and I was more of a PlayStation fan, not a crazy radical fanboy where I thought, oh my god, the newest PlayStation is going to be more powerful than the the most powerful PC and all that crazy crap. But I kind of jumped off the kind of being too much of a PlayStation fanboy, and just I'm still a fan of PlayStation's like gaming exclusives and stuff like that. But caring so much about the hardware, I don't necessarily care as much about that, and that's been for probably a couple of years. I wouldn't care if Uncharted was on the Xbox. Yeah, it just doesn't matter to me what hardware the game is on, just so long as I can play the game. And yeah, I wish Sony would bring more of their games at least close enough to the launch of them to PC and stuff like that. Because yeah, they are starting to release a lot of their older exclusives on the PC and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't matter to me what hardware it's on, just so long as I can play the games that I like. I'm kind of against the whole hardware exclusivity thing. It's kind of like why I like what Microsoft's doing with theirs. At least you don't have to own an Xbox Series X or S. Most of their games are coming to PC anyway, so I like that more, but it doesn't mean I'm more of a Microsoft fanboy. Just I like that setup more and stuff like that. So hopefully Sony does bring some more of exclusives to PC sooner to the launch of them, and not where you have to wait so many years. But hey, I guess we'll see in time. Just so long as I can play those games, because although a lot of those games are one and dones, I still do like them, and I still do like a lot of Sony's exclusives. I just don't care about the hardware and stuff like that. And it mainly had to do a lot with the PlayStation 5 pre-order situation. I actually was going to try to pre-order a PlayStation 5 through that whole thing where you had to send in your gamer, your gamer tag, and then they would let you know if you can pre-order PS5. But as we all know, the time came around to pre-order the games, or at least when they had that showcase, Walmart jumped the gun and eventually let the pre-orders out way earlier, and obviously I couldn't pre-order a PS5. And I was kind of thinking about getting into PC gaming before then, and just with that whole PS5 pre-order situation, I said, screw it, I got some money in the bank, let me buy a gaming PC and stuff like that. So I ended up buying a gaming PC with a 2060 in it. And I've been happy with it ever since and stuff like that. I eventually bought another gaming PC and stuff like that. But when I got into PC gaming, and just before I got into PC gaming, I wasn't going to get into PC gaming as casually. I eventually wanted to build my own PC. And it's because of that that I eventually ended up building two of my own PCs, one with a 2060 in it, which was my original pre-built PC, and another one with my 3070, which I got that from another pre-built because it was cheaper and easier to get that 3070 through a pre-built than it could have ever been to get that 3070 by itself. So yeah, that's just what I had to do and stuff like that. But I eventually took that 3070 out and put it to a new motherboard, got a new CPU and all that stuff, and just built my PCs, both my PCs from the ground up. And I've been liking like building PCs. I love it, Yeah, just getting into PCs and stuff like that, it really showed me what a lot of the PC gamers really like and stuff like that. Now, no, I've not turned into a PC master race kind of guy. Hey, whatever hardware you bought, if you like it, if you like the games that you're playing on it, hey, maybe it's your favorite brand. Maybe you like your PlayStation, your Xbox, or your PC. Like how it functions. You spent your money on it. Obviously, you spent your money wisely. But I did, after switching to PC, did really learn to like the PC gaming space better. And ever since I've gotten into PC gaming and stuff like that, I've been loving it and stuff like that. It's just getting some of the parts and stuff like that have been a pain in the butt. I mean, it seems like the CPU stuff is all right, but the GPU stuff is just terrible. But even in gaming itself, I mean, I've mainly been playing like old games on my PC for the most part. I mean, if you see any of my gaming videos and stuff like that, I've been uploading videos of things like Wolfenstein, Gears of War 4, some Borderlands, and some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, and some Call of Duty Cold War, which I'm not too hot on Call of Duty, at least this year. I did like Modern Warfare better than most people did and stuff like that, but I mean, Cold War, I can really see what a lot of people have been complaining about with Cold War. It just has not really been all that interesting. But yeah, I've been playing just a lot of old games, and that's because just it hasn't been nothing really exciting out. If anything, I'm looking forward to games coming on later this year. One game that I was excited about earlier this year, and that was back in like May, was Biomutant. But man, that game, from not only have seen reviews and stuff like that from reviewers that I really like and trust, and I've watched many reviews of it. But yeah, it turned out to not be all that good. It wasn't all that eventful, and that was something I was really, really anticipating. But it turned out to not be quite as good and stuff like that. It's another game I actually downloaded. It's called, I forget what it's called, Hired Gun. It's pretty much a Warhammer 4000 series game and stuff like that. I haven't started playing it, but I am going to get back and get into playing that and stuff like that. But that's kind of how dry it's been. I've actually been playing even Far Cry 3, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Far Cry 3 and stuff like that. It's neat going back to some of those old games, but man, I want something new to kind of get more excited about. I even have some Nier Replicant that I've been playing, kind of been chilling out on it. I haven't been playing it within the past few months or something like that, but I do want to get back to playing Nier Replicant because that game's a lot of fun. I played Nier Automata, loved that game, and I've been loving my playthrough of Nier Replicant. It's kind of slow in the beginning and all that type of stuff, but it does pick up as you get through it, especially after you become an adult. It does get a lot better. But yeah, it's kind of been dry, and really I'm waiting for things coming out later on this year, and wait for some things coming out this summer. But yeah, let's move on to another topic, and that is Battlefield 2042. If you look at Battlefield 2042, that trailer, really liked the trailer as far as how it looked. It was a very exciting looking trailer. Shows a lot of explosions and, you know, diving from the sky and all this type of stuff. And I think that's really neat for Battlefield players. I'm not the biggest fan of Battlefield, but I do like it. When it comes to my history with Battlefield, I played Battlefield 3. That was the first Battlefield I ever played. Battlefield 3, then Battlefield 4. Then I played Battlefield Frontline. I played Battlefield Bad Company 2. And those are the only Battlefields I ever played. I didn't play Battlefield 1 or 5 and stuff like that. I don't know. I just wasn't as interested in the World War I and World War II stuff. And look at that Battlefield 2042. It looks good, but one of the things that kind of hit me the wrong way is that, yeah, for Battlefield, showing that big, massive battlefield with all the stuff going on and the flying vehicles and the tanks and all that type of stuff, that's great for Battlefield players because, again, Battlefield's known for its big, vast battlefield, pretty much. But one of the things that I did notice in that trailer is that there was barely much player-to-player gunplay. I mean, there was a whole bunch of other stuff going on, what you could do with your vehicles and all that type of stuff. It showed a lot of that, and it showed how big the battlefield was, but it barely showed much player-to-player gunplay, which I'm sure they're going to have some more player-to-player gunplay once the game finally releases. And that was one of the things that I was a little disappointed in. I mean, I think it could have mixed in that big, vast gunplay stuff that they showed on there, but while also at the same time showing player versus player, even inside of those big fields, and it just didn't show that. There was one part where it kind of showed the player versus player thing, and that's when you're going across this little zip line, and you're zip lining from one building to the next, and I think you kind of shoot another player, but that was like very minimal, you know. And I get it, it's just trying to show how big the battlefield is for Battlefield players, but I think as a person coming from Call of Duty, I did want to kind of see some of the smaller skirmishes and stuff like that, kind of the smaller player versus player stuff. I think that would have been really neat to show that mixed in with the stuff that they already showed. Again, I'm not fully hating on it. I just think it would have been better to show a mix of the smaller scale stuff along with the larger scale stuff, because really, if they're going to bring in some players from Call of Duty, which you can tell them going for a more modern setting, you know they're trying to bring in some of those Call of Duty players. You know they're trying to bring them in. And I think it would have been really great to, showcase some of the smaller scale stuff, because I am more of a smaller scale fighter. I like 6v6, 10v10, and 12v12 type stuff. And Battlefield is known for having some of that kind of stuff in its games and stuff like that at the same time while having the bigger stuff. So I think it would have been a better thing to show a good mix of the bigger scale stuff along with the smaller scale stuff. But overall, I thought the trailer was good. I just think it would have been better to show a mix of that stuff. But as when it comes to my excitement for Battlefield 2042, I am excited to play it. I do want to play it, but I'm not excited for it as much as I am excited for other things. And there are other games I am definitely more excited for. And probably one of the biggest games I'm more excited for is Halo Infinite. Yes, I liked that Halo Infinite gameplay that they showed. I was actually more interested in that. Now, one thing I will definitely say, when I saw Halo Infinite last year at E3, when it came to, of course, the campaign gameplay, yeah, the graphics didn't look all that good. And for Microsoft touting 12 teraflops and all that stuff like that really matters. It doesn't matter quite as much people think it does. Yeah, it didn't look like a great next-gen game graphically, but I'm not necessarily as much about pushing about graphics as I am about gameplay. So although Halo Infinite did look rough last year, I definitely agree with that. I thought that the gameplay looked fun. It definitely looked like a lot of fun to me. I mean, especially with that grappling hook where you can pull yourself up and all that stuff. And the gunplay looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, some things were a little bit cringy and stuff like that, especially with the whole Craig and stuff. But I don't know. I thought Halo Infinite, I thought its gameplay looked a lot of fun, and it interested me. I mean, even if it came out with that graphical, kind of messiness, I probably still would have enjoyed playing that game so long as the gameplay was good. But again, yeah, they wanted to show what the console's really worth and stuff like that. So, of course, they wanted to ramp up what it looked like, especially with the big complaints that people had. And that's when you come to this year's Halo Infinite showcase, where they showed more of the multiplayer. Now, what they showed of the single player was definitely more cinematic. You see Master Chief kind of pushing through the debris, that space debris, and I think going from one ship to another and stuff like that. And it was all cinematic and stuff like that. I'm not too sure if that was the in-gameplay engine stuff or if that's just the cinematic engine and stuff like that. But maybe it was. If it was what the game will look like graphically, that I was absolutely impressive. But I would rather... perhaps it was an engine. I'm not too sure. Or perhaps it was just simply the cinematic engine. I don't know. But I would have rather see kind of what they showed last year, except with better graphics, some more of the campaign gameplay and show some of that off. Even if it was only going to be a few minutes, just to let us know what the graphics are going to look like. And some more of that more fun gameplay that I noticed last year. Again, not going to harp on that gameplay last year. I wanted to see that along with the newer, updated graphics. I'm not expecting Halo to look a whole lot better than last year. Even if it looks just a little bit better, I think that's great enough. But again, I wish they had shown more of that campaign gameplay. But I have to say, when it comes to multiplayer, man, did they really impress me with that. I mean, it looked really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I really like a lot of the multiplayer stuff and a lot of the campaign stuff, but I really liked what I saw from a lot of the campaign, a lot of the multiplayer gameplay there. A lot of that multiplayer gameplay was just fun, seeing the guns, seeing the grappling hook in use, seeing some of the other equipment that you can use, and just showcasing a lot of stuff along with the big expansive gameplay. My big complaint with Battlefield 2042 was they showed how expansive the map was, but barely showed much player-to-player action. But this showed how big the battlefield is, well, the Halo battlefield, and the player-to-player contact gameplay. And that, to me, excited me way more. I was way more impressed with Halo Infinite's gameplay. And really, that's what's really got me more excited for that than Battlefield 2042. I also like the fact that they have sprint in there. Now, I don't know if Halo 4 has sprint. I know Halo 3 doesn't, and the games that came before it, because I haven't played Halo 4 yet. Maybe it does and stuff like that. And I know there's some real tough Halo fans that don't like when they, do things like have sprint in there. But I'm glad that they have sprint in there because, again, playing those other games, especially like Halo Reach, where sprint was kind of tied to this, I know, piece of gear that you had to pick up. I like that sprint is just going to be just a thing that's going to be in there. I really like that. I'm glad that they actually made that just generally as a normal thing, unless you have to pick it up. Maybe I missed something, but I like the fact that it has sprint, and that just looks like it'll make the game feel a lot better and a little bit more faster paced than some of the older Halo games, at least the ones that I've played. When it comes to Halo and stuff like that, I've played pretty much, I'll put it to you this way. I played Halo 3 back in the day. I played Halo Reach back in the day. This is on the Xbox 360, and I played Halo ODST. Now, I beat Halo 3. I beat Halo Reach. Never beat Halo ODST, but I am actually currently going through the Master Chief Collection. Beat Halo Combat Evolved, and I'm currently going through Halo 2 and stuff like that. So I'm not a big Halo fan. I'm not a super duper big Halo fan, but I do like Halo. I will definitely admit Halo is still a fun game on my radar, and that's why I kind of can't wait to get into Halo Infinite. But I'm definitely going to try to finish Halo 2 because it's the first time I played Combat Evolved in a Halo 2, and then I'm going to go through Halo 3 again. I actually already beat Halo Reach on the Master Chief Collection, just like I did back during the 360, and I actually want to go back and beat Halo ODST and then eventually go through Halo 4. Never played Halo 4, so I know some people said they complained about Halo 4. It wasn't quite what they wanted, but I still want to go through it just to see what things are like. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about Halo and Halo Infinite. But yes, I'm definitely very excited about Halo Infinite and what they showed. The other game that I'm actually very interested in is Far Cry 6. Now, out of the Far Cry games, I've played Far Cry 3. That's the first Far Cry I ever played. And I played Far Cry 4, and I played Far Cry 5. And I'm really interested in Far Cry 6. Again, they didn't show a lot of gameplay. At least I haven't seen a lot of the gameplay. Maybe there's some more gameplay video out there that I haven't seen, but I am definitely interested in Far Cry 6. And again, going through Far Cry 3, even right now, again, I just love the Far Cry series. I really do. I do hope they do change up the formula because a lot of the Far Cry games, again, Far Cry 3, 4, and 5, fundamentally feel the same. They do add some nifty new things here and there, like with Far Cry 5, there was a whole thing with the animals you could use. You could use the mountain lion, you could use the bear, and all that type of stuff. But most of the gameplay formula hasn't changed. But I don't know, I'm one of those people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I am really interested in Far Cry 6. Again, I'm probably more interested in that even than Battlefield 2042. Too, you know what I mean? That's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But I am a little bit more interested in Far Cry 6 than Battlefield 2042. But other than that, and especially like with everything that was going on at E3, I know I'm late with the E3 stuff. A lot of the other stuff that was shown at E3, most of it's all coming out like next year. I saw a lot of stuff for next year and stuff like that. And I kind of hate it when they do that, show things that are coming out next year. Maybe stuff that's coming out early next year, like January or February, but things that are coming out much later, like in the spring and stuff, I wish they would wait for just show all that stuff. Like if it's coming out in spring and summer and wintertime next year, show that crap at the Game Awards or something like that, because at least then you're moving much closer to their release. But yeah, I kind of hate it when they show games that are too far away, but there's so many great games that are coming out even next year, and that's really what I'm just looking forward to and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make this quick commentary video, just talking about my, my whole, position on the gaming industry and some of the games that I was looking forward to. I thought it was going to be quick, but I think it's moving close to like 20 minutes right now. God, this is a lot longer. I was hoping to just do like a little 10-minute video, but that's all right. This shows a little bit more of my personality and all that type of stuff. And I got some Gears 4 gameplay in the background. I've been playing that. And no, I do not. Here's the thing. I never try to say I'm the best gamer out there. Far from it. I mean, even if you look at this Gears 4 gameplay, I am far from the best in it. I'm way far from the best of it and stuff like that. But I figure I'd put that in the background while I'm having this commentary, so that you have something to watch and stuff like that in the background, even though I'm not all that great at Gears. You know, a little something fun to watch so you can watch how terrible I am sometimes. That's all I have for right now. What do you think? Do you like Battlefield 4022 or 2042? God, I'm saying it all backwards. Do you like Battlefield 2042? What do you think about it? You might like it better than me. Again, I'm not trying to hate on it too much. I just wasn't as fond of that gameplay video, but you might like it better than me. Let me know down in the comment section. And what do you think about Halo Infinite and stuff like that? Are you really excited for that? Are you really excited for that multiplayer? It looks really, really good. Are you excited for other games that I have not mentioned here at all? You know, it might be some other games that you're really interested in. And I did see some other games. I can't kind of think of their names right now. My mind is going kind of blank, but what do you think about some of the games that are coming out this year, next year, even later next year? Let me know in the comments section. And if you go on to like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for when I upload another video. You'll be notified. And until next time, this is Mong004, and I am out. Take care.